So when the epidural is administered to you, they they kind of want you to hunch back a little bit because the needle is very tiny. I know as I'm saying this, if you're pregnant watching this, you might be scared, but don't worry. The contraction pain is bigger than that epidural pain. So you may not even feel the needle go through your back when you're having contractions. So the needle is very tiny and long. And I am saying this coming from someone that is very needle phobic. Like I have very huge phobia for needles, injections, and actually drugs overall. Like coming from me, take it from me that contraction pain is actually bigger than what you would feel when you're getting the epidural. So a nurse was standing in front of me and I had to hold on to the nurse and hunch my back a little bit. Remember, I was still having contraction pain. I was not allowed to shake because contraction pain, when it hits me, I want to hold on to something. I want to do something. I don't want to, like, I want to just move my body. But at that time when I was getting the epidural, I was told that I should not make any movements at all. So it was super hard. I think that was one of the hardest things that I have had to do in my entire life. So I was holding on to the nurse, my back was hunched a little bit, and then the nurse at the back, or the anesthesiologist at the back, was talking me through it. So she would say, oh, we're about to insert the needle, we're about to do this one. Remember, I was having contraction. So the nurse in front of me, she felt it. She felt the grip. That was the hardest grip I've ever given, because I was holding on to her. I was screaming, but I wasn't moving my body because of the contraction and also the pain from the needle as well. So when they were finally done, they said, oh, they gave me something like a button to basically deliver the medication to my body if I wasn't feeling that it was working. That is, if I was experiencing more pain. So they told me that it will take at least 15 minutes to start working. So I was basically waiting for the epidural to kick in. And then when it kicked in, I didn't know when I slept off, to be honest. So it was bliss from there.
Hi, I can talk now because I've gotten the epidural at my back and there is less pain, and I'm just lying down here. The last time that I was checked, it was around 2 a.m. It's currently almost 6 a.m. I haven't been checked again, and so we don't know what's going on, how many cm dilated I am, but everything seems bliss right now. I couldn't even turn on my camera or anything because thank you Jesus for discovery of epidural. Thank you Jesus again. So I'm just here waiting. Baby's heartbeat is okay and my blood pressure is fine as well. So that's the update. Yeah.
So I was basically sleeping. I dozed off, I slept, there was no pain, and the night nurses even changed shifts and I didn't know. I was just sleeping until it was about 9 a.m. A new nurse came and woke me up, said, oh, we have to check you. Meanwhile, everything is still on me. The wires to check baby's heartbeat, my blood pressure, cough was still there on my arms. Everything was still there basically. So I was still being monitored when I was sleeping as well. So after everything, nurse came and woke me up and said, oh, we want to check if you're dilated enough. So they checked. It was already 10 cm. What a blissful journey from 5 cm jumping to 10 cm. And they said, oh, so but my water hadn't broken at that point. So the gynecologist later came in and said they have to break my water since it's not breaking on its own. So he just basically separated my legs like this and punched something sha he sha use his hand to punch everywhere, just water full everywhere, bah, like this. The nurse, her face just squeezed, like, because she just changed she just changed the bed sheets and everything I was laying on like 5 minutes before that water breaking happened. She changed everything again, cleaned me up. I felt for her, sha, because it's double work. She cleaned me up, and then we were basically just waiting for the time to start pushing. So the nurse was encouraging me, you need to rest, you need to sleep, so that you have enough strength, because when the baby comes, the baby is here, you're going to be like, everything will be about baby, you will not have any time to rest. So I rested like she said, but I already slept, so I wasn't feeling sleepy anymore. So I was just gisting, just talking. Imagine, with contraction. Now there was no contraction pain anymore. In fact, if anytime I feel a slight pain, I'll just press the needle, but not the needle, like the button, boom, like this. The medication will be released and I'll be fine. Get the epidural. Oh. My Igbo people will say ejiro afufu anyisi. Nobody, no award for suffer. Eji afufu emega. There is no award for suffer, for saying that I want to do natural. There is no award they will give you. There is no special thing there's no special gift at the end for women that delivered naturally without epidural, without help. Anyway, depends on you though. If you can do it, carry on. So after the nurse woke me up, I thought around 10 or 10:15 thereabouts, it was time to push. So the push started. First we did like a trial method. She told me, oh, this is when, if I tell you to push, because me, I didn't even know when to push. That was the effect of the epidural. Like I wasn't feeling, I just felt like people were touching me down there, but I didn't feel like any pain, anything. So when they checked, they said, oh, the baby's head is turned somehow and we need it to turn down, something like that. So I needed to push so that they will turn the baby's head. So I pushed. The nurse taught me how to do the pushing, and I did that, and they turned the baby's head. So I pushed a couple of times, and I didn't like push so much. Even when I was pushing, because remember in my previous video when I was packing my hospital bag, I was saying, oh, I want my baby to have a lot of hair. So when I was pushing, I told my husband, look, does she have hair? Does she have hair? When they said, oh, they can see the baby's hair. And I told my husband, look, is there hair on her head? as if there's no hair on her head, I'll tell the baby to go back inside. So my husband was like, yes. And I was so happy. Oh my god. So I just did few pushes. I didn't like do pushing so much. I didn't do so much. So I pushed and the baby was here, and I had tear. That's a story for another day, for the postpartum vlog. And baby was fine. Immediately they put the baby on my chest. Oh, so tiny. She started sucking on my breast, and I don't know who taught babies how to do that. Like when they just put them on the nipple, they know how to suck. Because when they just put her, she knew how to latch. Although she was so small, she weighed about 3.5 kg at birth, so she was not that small, but she was still small. So when they put her on my chest, she was sucking. I'm going to tell you people about breastfeeding in my postpartum vlog, but after all that, it was I don't know how to describe the joy, but it was such a joyful moment. The nurses cleaned her up. She cried. She wasn't beaten to cry. She just cried on her own. Oh god, just remembering how tiny she was. Now she's big, but now just remembering how tiny she was. Babies, it was such a joyful moment. Now remembering it, it was such a peaceful, joyful moment. So now I'm a mom. Oh my god. Oh yeah. So that was what happened. They cleaned her up. They wrapped her in a blanket. They gave her vitamin, I think vitamin K. they dropped vitamin K in her mouth. And yeah, that was what I can remember what happened. Also, I didn't remember to put that before around that 9 a.m. that I woke up, the nurse said they were going to give me oxytocin just to induce labor, since my water hadn't broken yet. So they increased the oxytocin at some point to open up. I don't know the mechanism. So after delivery, I was still giving oxytocin, and the placenta was delivered. I didn't even know when that happened because I didn't push. They just put their hand inside and removed the placenta. So yeah, that was what happened, and I had my baby. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Ooh.